Nike, the world's most popular and biggest sportswear company. In just over 50 years, one man's dreams of better shoes turned into a global corporation worth over $100 billion. Today, we're going back to the earliest day of Nike to figure out how that magic happened and what's the ingredients were to their success. This video is brought to you by Group 5, and the story you're gonna watch now is the awesome globalization of Nike's creator.
How did Nike Company started? Nike was originally called Nike. It was first known as the Blue Ribbon Sport, and it was founded by Bill Bowerman, a track and field coach at the University of Oregon, and his former student Phil Knight in 1964. Phil Knight took a trip in Japan in his early 20s to find a running shoes manufacturer. In the beautiful world city of Kobe, he stumbled upon at a shoe store that caught his eye. He was fascinated how the Japanese cameras has replaced the dominant German camera in the market, and he was wondered whether Japan shoes could do the same to Puma and Adidas, which were at the time extremely popular in America. The first shoes he sold with the help of the Japanese were called Tiger, but it didn't have the bare iconic Nike swoosh. In 1971, Knight decided to split to the Japanese and take their business solo back in the States. That same year, the graphic designer student kept up a logo for them and the Nike shoes was born. Looking forward for the company, referring to Nike herself, the great goddess of victory. Nike later went public in December 1980, and that was the company really hit its stride. That was the first year and finally over to Adidas in terms of market shares in the US, and it was rolling out new product beyond the track shoes it started with. In 1982, Make launched the basketball shoes known as the Air Force One. That shoes featured its most air technology that was said the people who wear them gives a little extra bounce in their stuff.
Ooh, like LeBron though, or like Lonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do. Baby, please think it through, drink it up, enjoy the view. MVP, got my crew, Nike on my shoes. Might be sipping booze, slightly feeling loose. If I want it, then I have it. Got an ice wrist, causing damage, just like I planned it. I'll be damn rich, have a chef in the back, make a sandwich.
What are the challenges they face before they become strong corporation in the world? What challenges does Nike face? Nike's biggest problem is getting shoe to its customers. Nike is facing snags in its supply chain that are slowing imports from its Asian factories and dragging down sales. Consumers' preference, priorities, and values are reshaping industries. These issues include forced labor, child labor, low wages, and horrific working conditions that were deemed unsafe. Retailers have a strong hold. Nike's retail sector makes Nike weak. Nike Globalization's keys to success. Instead of focusing on tactics, start with strategy. Nike believes that to go global, it must begin with the creation of long-term action plan that matches the company's vision, mission, and operation while recognizing possibilities in desirable and sustainable markets. It's all about strategy rather than tactics. Particularly before any tactical issue can be addressed, teams behind Nike have examined particular markets as well as the requires ability to comprehend the people, their acquired culture. Know your target audience. Nike focuses on its defined target demographic in order to build various effective sales proposals and engage with potential customers. Through the establishment of an audience, Nike is continuously able to do everything based on facts or conditions.
Philip Hampson Knight was born on February 24, 1938, and an American billionaire businessman. He is the co-founder and chairman emeritus of Nike Incorporated and was previously chairman and CEO of the company. Knight is a graduate of the University of Oregon and Stanford Graduate School of Business. He ran track under coach Bill Bowerman at the University of Oregon, with whom he would co-found Nike. Immediately after graduating from the University of Oregon, Knight enlisted in the Army and served 1 year on active duty and 7 years in the Army Reserve. He next enrolled at Stanford Graduate School of Business where, for his small business class, Knight produced a paper, "Can Japanese Sports Shoes Do to German Sports Shoes What Japanese Cameras Did to German Cameras?" That essentially premised his eventual foray into selling running shoes. His ambition was to import high quality and low cost running shoes from Japan into the American market. He graduated with a master's degree in business administration from Stanford in 1962.
What are the strategies they use to be successful in their lines of business? The Nike business strategy is clear. Invest in building your brand through emotional marketing and sports celebrity endorsement. Develop products that have high quality market, leading technology, and buy out competing sport brands. Nike.com. For serious athletes, Nike gives confidence that provides the perfect shoe for every sport. This positioning statement from Nike is simple, direct, and tangible. It speaks to their target audience in a clear and concise manner.
Nike doesn't just give us work and better economy. Nike gives us greatness. It gives us inspiration, motivation, and create legends. Nike support our nature and our younger generation because Nike believe our younger generation is our future.
Our youth tends to get the short end of the stick in terms of the investment that's put into them, when I think it should be the opposite because they are our future. There's a lot of things that you learn from sports. When you're the father of 4 daughters, this becomes not just a belief, it doesn't become a challenge, but it becomes a passion and it becomes a mission because this is the world that they are going to be growing up in. And I want to make sure that they're growing up in a world better than the one that we are currently living in, that's for sure. But you got to look to it as what can really pique the interest of a kid. What piques their interest is the curiosity of, can I do that? It's just basic things, like a kid starts out, can't dribble with her left, and then 2 weeks later she's much better at it. That does a lot for self-esteem, does a lot for inner confidence. So that's where the original idea of Mambali was conceived. Watching their camaraderie, watching their bond, watching them grow together, it's extremely rewarding. My hope is that through sport, they understand that whatever discipline they decide to go into, whether it is volleyball or basketball, or whether it's being an accountant or being a writer or whatever the case may be, the same principles apply. The discipline, the dedication, the attention to detail, the unselfishness, right? All that stuff is there. And so hopefully they grew up understanding that message.
they win on three.